At WHBR, we love shining a spotlight on local churches and ministries. The one you're about to watch is a great example. If you enjoyed their program, please let them know. Their contact info will be on the screen. You can reach out on Facebook, send them a quick message, follow their page, hit like, comment, and share their videos with your friends. Your support makes a real difference. Thank you for sharing and enjoy the program.
And the fullness of the words given is that God is at enmity with America in particular, and with American pastors and churches and Christians, the self-appointed prophets and the self-appointed pastors and the self-appointed manipulators of the word. He is at high enmity with his people. Tell the people it's here. War, war, war is here. War is here. I am loosing the red horse soon. Everybody tracking? (3:12-20). Tell the people I am coming soon. Have you heard a theme? Those who love me and who honor my name above all else will make themselves ready. I'm setting before them a way that will be of their own choosing. No longer will they be allowed to go on swearing by both the Lord and Moloch. No longer will I tolerate their sacrifices to Baal while uttering vain things to my anointed one. My people have done an astounding thing. The heavens are amazed and overcome with grief. The mysteries of my covenant have been revealed in full, my son in whom I delight. Great mysteries that all that has ever been and has ever longed to know and understand. Yet my people have trampled underfoot the glory of heaven. They have gorged themselves on the flesh of their king, and they pound the table and demand more. The more they multiply, the more detestable they have become. Their love feast and their fellowship offerings are offensive to me. Vanity, vanity. All they utter and all they do and all they think is vanity. I will be with them no more. You will again see the distinction between those who serve me from a pure heart and those who do not. The time of sifting is at hand. Each man will be held accountable according to the revelation of the mystery of my Son that I've given them. To the faithful, I will show myself faithful. But to the complacent and the vain, I will be altogether terrifying. They will suffer loss beyond their ability to perceive. But in the end, I will restore them. I will confirm my covenant and heal all their diseases. These are the things I will do, declares the Lord. 4:20 Again, it's been 3 years since the last time I heard it. Isaiah 13, Isaiah 13, Isaiah 13. Oh God, I know what's in Isaiah 13 now. And he said this after I reread it. Suddenly, in an instant, son, the nations gather as we speak. When the new moon rises, you will know and understand. I don't know and understand. 5:20. This is the day, this is the hour. My people will begin abandoning the true faith with great acceleration. Those who remain faithful will be confounded at what they see taking place. Now is the time of betrayal. I had no clue. He had already spoken it years in advance. Betrayals upon betrayals, sorrow and grief. 3 times he had told me 5 years in advance what was going to happen. I forgot. Those who remain faithful will be confounded at what they see taking place. Now is the time of betrayal. Now is the time of sorrow and of eyes filled with tears. Now is the time of great loss, a loss of many who you've held dear. 8/27/20, August 27th of 2020. Right, thus says the Lord, the faithful and true. I'm against the inhabitants of the earth and against the inhabitants of this land. They have wearied me beyond cure. From this day forward, violence and strife will fill your streets. Anybody know what happened shortly after in 2020? Remember Antifa? Remember BLM? Remember the hundreds of thousands, millions of warfighting immigrants that have crossed the border? Remember the vile demonic outpouring that's come upon this land? Remember, almost every nation on the earth is embroiled in some kind of proxy war right now since 2020. Yeah, this is just what the Lord said. From this day forward, violence and strife will fill your streets. No longer will peace be found within your walls. Men will turn to devour one another. Nothing will be left untouched. Remember what the red horse does? Peace is taken from the earth, and men are given over to destroy one another. Your cup of iniquity overflows. Men of depraved minds will lap up its contents from the gutters of every street. Your leaders and your prophets and your priests have led the way in this great rebellion. Their appetite for fine food sacrificed to idols has caused all people to stumble and fall. They would not drink from my cup, though I offered it time and time again. But instead, they have stammered with an unquenchable thirst for the cup of demons. This is her end. Violence upon violence, bloodshed upon bloodshed. The righteous will stand in horror at the sights and sounds in the streets. They will be utterly amazed at what my hand has determined to do. And when your cities are aflame with the same degree of lust and passions of your people that burn within them, then I will destroy you completely. The nations of the earth will stand far from afar in perplexity at your desolation, for I will then bring against you those things which have been revealed to my servants. The nations of the east will come bent on violence. They have no regard for the beauty of life. Their hearts are hard. They have no regard for the flesh of the young and the innocent. Their own strength is their God. As you have devoured the flesh of the inhabitants of the earth, so too will your flesh be devoured. As you have been made drunk on the blood of the innocent, so too will this people, drunk with violence, destroy all. What is more, it will be unto a double portion. I, the one awesome in power, worthy of all fear, have determined to do this thing. I will not relent. I will satisfy your covenant with death, the hands you have struck with the grave. In the end, what did it profit you, O nation of blood? What did it profit your prophets and priests? Cry out to your gods in this, the day of your destruction. Surely those to whom you have given your worship will deliver you. Surely they will hear and listen and act in this day. But, O my faithful servants, seek my face and live. Run as quickly as you can into the shelter of my presence. I have seen you and I have heard you, and I will deliver you. Many will fall by the sword. The inhabitants of the earth will conspire against you because you bear my seal upon your head. But from everlasting to everlasting, I will confirm my covenant with you, my love which endures all things. As my sun is high and lifted up, so too will those be who also endure for my name's sake. Your faces are radiant. The wicked will be ashes under the soles of your feet. Let your heart be glad once more. Do not go out among the people like one in mourning. All these things must take place. Listen to my words and kiss the Son, for redemption is with them. Blessed are all those whose hope is in me. We come with great reward. With all creation rejoice in all that is now taking place, for in justice we are coming to judge. I had this dream. This was in 2020. One of the most vivid dreams I've ever had in my life. I had this dream. We're in this big mall, and I'm with my family including my parents and everything like that, like extended family. And we're at a restaurant inside the mall. You know, there's always restaurants inside the mall. And while we're in the mall, I hear what sounds like a tornado siren winding up. You know the sound? That was pretty good, actually. I hear this tornado siren. rise up. And you know how in malls, like the restaurants face the interior of the mall, right? So you go into the restaurants from the interior of the mall, like a TGI Fridays or something like that. And as I hear this siren wind up, I look over and I see it looked like, if anybody's seen World War Z with Brad Pitt, like zombie apocalypse type thing, right? And it was like this flood of people, like this demonically infused spirit of violence and rage and murder and bloodlust. And they come breaking through the doors like water crashing through a house when it's being flooded out. And they flood in every aspect of the mall. And their eyes were wild. And in the dream I had a knowing they were all liberals, okay? There's no way around it. They were all demonically infused liberals. Like what you think, they're just already given over. They want to murder babies. They want to murder children. They want to mangle children. They want to sexualize children. They want to devour. They want to destroy. They're anti-human. That spirit, some spirit had already been in them. And when the siren went up, something clicked in them. And they came flooding in like a zombie apocalypse. And they slaughtered everybody with whatever they could get their hands on. They were not of their own person anymore. Something had taken them over. When that sound, harmonic resonance, was triggered, something took them over. Anything they had, from scissors to tire irons to pencils and pens to things they would pull out of their hair. The majority of them were women, believe it or not. And they just slaughtered and stabbed and slashed and killed and broke anything in their path. They had no concept of humanity. You could see it in their eyes. They were gone. They were no longer a human being. And I was running with the family, and they killed my parents because they couldn't keep up. And as I'm running, like pushing Virginia and the kids, I'm taking hits. I'm getting stabbed by anything you could think of, just this vile demonic thing. And I just keep push. And they're flooding in everywhere. And they're just stabbing and slashing and devouring. People are bleeding out, screaming everywhere. And then for about 20 minutes straight, and then all of a sudden, in an instant, every single one of them stopped. Boom, like a flip got switch. Switch got flipped. And they're all standing there going, just these hordes of people. And they don't even know what just happened. And they're sitting there breathing all hard. It went for 20 minutes. And there's blood and bodies everywhere. There's about a 2-minute lull. Boom! It goes again, the next wave. They snap back into this demonic rage and just start slaughtering everybody, the most vivid thing I've ever seen. And the Lord all of a sudden raised me up and gave me a bird's eye view, and it was happening all over the face of the nation. It was happening everywhere, in every city, in every church, in the preschools, in the elementary schools, in the homes. It was the red horse. Peace was taken from the earth, and men were given over to slaughter one another. Literally just slaughter anything they could get their hands on. 20 minutes of slaughter. They're all standing there wild-eyed, don't know what just happened. Another 20 minutes of slaughter, 3 times over the face of the earth. Everywhere, all at one time. Now, do not take this beyond what I'm saying. All I can tell you is what the Lord gave me a knowing of. Do not run with it. Don't get all crazy and sensational and hyperbolic and weird about it. Online listeners, YouTubers, just tune me out, because you guys most people just listen and they have no connectivity to the Spirit, right? They're just feeding their flesh by listening to this stuff. So don't take this beyond anything other than this is what the Lord gave me a knowing of in the dream. For some reason, in the dream, I knew, had a very, very intense, intimate knowing that it was 2 days before a national election. Don't know why, but in the dream I did. I knew it was 2 days before a national election. And these sirens went, and something was in everybody that was able to trigger them to mass slaughter. This dream was in 2020. Okay? A 0 hour had occurred. Dream. Some of you have heard at least some aspect of this. On October 9th, 2020. In a dream, I saw all kinds of believers, masses of believers, radiant, joy-filled, talking. There was a couple hundred of them. And we were at like a big tent, like a revival tent, right? Like what we have out here for the summit, a big white tent. And all the believers were in camouflage. Every single one of them was in uniform. And in the dream I had knowing, it just showed that there was a unity. They're all perfectly unified. They all looked the same. They were all acting the same. And they were radiant with joy. And they were just laughing and doing like what we do before and after church, right? They were just fellowshipping outside the tent. And the Lord spoke and said, it's time. And when the Lord said it's time, they're all still enjoying one another and just talking and fellowshipping. They're all wearing tricolor camos. And they walk into this tent. And the Lord said, not you. And I was like, but I want to be with the people. I want to be with my brothers and sisters. God, I want to be with my brothers and sisters. He said, not you. And there was these three towering, what I knew to be commanders. After the fact, praying through it, I'm like, oh, they were angelic host. They were officers, and they were huge, like giants. And they go, not you. And I'm like, but I want to be with the people. That's where the joy is. And they said, sit here. And they sat me in a chair. And they put all these chains around me, and they put locks on the chains, but didn't lock them. Like, you're actually free to go whenever you want, but we're telling you that we're restraining you. So now you get to choose. You can take those off and go with them if you want. We're telling you, sit here. And I was like, I don't understand why, God. I don't understand why, God. I want to be with the people. I want to be with the saints. I want to be with the people. I want to be with the saints, God. I don't understand why. And just then in these three giant things or whatever, these officers, they were dressed the same as we were standing on the other side of me. All of a sudden they said, look up. And I look up and there was this huge swarm of drones, like micro drones, like the DJI Mavic drones or whatever. Huge swarm of drones, all perfectly in sync. By the way, this was before anybody had seen what DARPA was capable of with drone swarms. If you haven't seen what DARPA can do with drone swarms, how they fly in perfect formations, perfectly synced, perfectly equidistant, and they all carry a half pound of explosives on them. You can go watch videos on this. This is before anybody had any understanding of that. This is what the Lord showed me. And as I'm sitting there restrained, I look up and you hear this, the humming of all these drones. And I look up and they go, and they stop, and then they go, slaughtered every believer that was in that tent. Slaughtered every single believer in an instant. The Lord said, do not fear, they're with me. Now your mission begins. By the way, I recently had a conversation with the former head of STRATCOM, Strategic Command, which is the head of all nuclear missiles. I wanted to talk about the nuclear missile movements that are going on. And he stopped me. He goes, and he was on his way to an emergency meeting in Washington, D.C. This is 3 weeks ago, a month ago, okay? So this is the base commander of STRATCOM, former base commander of STRATCOM. Never in my life will I talk to somebody higher level than what this guy was. And it was an off-the-cuff interaction. Like, we just happened to be speaking at the same event. Who are you? Nice to meet you. He said it was Army. I made fun of him. And then somebody goes, Jamie, do you know who that is? I'm like, no, but he said he's Army. So obviously he ain't ready for the Marines yet. You know that's what Army stands for, right? And I'm saying to this guy, and he's kind of like, and then somebody goes, that's General so-and-so. I was like, oh, my bad, General. Nice to meet you, sir. I thought you were just some old Army doggy. And he goes, actually, I was the base commander of STRATCOM. I'm like, dang it, I'm such an idiot all the time. But in Jamie fashion, I said, you still weren't a Marine, sir. So that's what I said. You still weren't a Marine, sir. Anyways, I digress. As I'm talking to him, I'm like, hey, what's going on, Deacon? He's like, oh, I'm on my way to D.C., an emergency meeting. I'm like, uh-oh, if you're being called to D.C., knowing your background, that's a pretty big deal. And he goes, that's not the crazy thing. The crazy thing is I just got back from Silicon Valley. You would not believe what we are doing with drones. It is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. That was 4 weeks ago. Had that direct conversation. This stream was from 2020, okay? Right. Thus says the Lord. I'm about to do something before your very eyes that will call you to weep with no end. My judgment is at the door. Fierce enemies have been summoned to carry out my will. I have called them in righteousness. Even as you write, they gather from afar. They have allied themselves to bring low this nation of demons. They will break the altars of your sorceries in two. Bodies will lay in the streets. The smell of death will overcome you. This is here. This is now. Even as I speak, they have made themselves ready. Have I not said you will see it with your own eyes? They will come first to the east against the great city. Then they will come from the west. Confusion and fear will tear the middle. Men will cry out to one another for answers. Their hearts will give way with fear. This is your just reward. I called out, but no one would listen. The trump was blown, but no one gave heed. Your shepherds profaned my name among the inhabitants of the land. It's always about the shepherds. Every single word I've ever gotten was about the shepherds. It's about the pastors. It's always about the pastors. They had no regard for the blood of the innocent. They gave their consent to this city of sorceries. They fed on their delicacies day after day, and they were never satisfied. They did this, but they would not turn to me. They willfully, particular word, refused the cup from my hand, and instead lapped from the cup of demons. Right. Thus says the Lord, the time is at hand. You will no longer be perplexed, for all will be made known. You who have not soiled your clothes, who have rejected the cup of lawlessness, listen to what I say to you now. I have seen you and I have heard you. It dawned on me as I was going through all these, how the Lord was saying the same thing all the time. I just never remembered it. He was constantly saying the same thing every time he gave the word. It never changed. I couldn't even remember the words that he said, which is why I write them down. And then as I went through all of these this week, I'm like, he never stopped. He never changed. He never changed his tone. Praise be to God. It wasn't my stupid flesh deceiving me. He never stopped saying the same thing. I have seen you and I have heard you, and you have found favor with me. My face will shine upon you from everlasting to everlasting, but you must endure what is soon to take place. It will require great patience and endurance. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. I will not forsake my promises to you, yet you will suffer greatly for a time and half a time. Right, thus says the Lord. Let not your heart be troubled. Your boundary lines will fall in pleasant places, and you will rest from all your labors. Your inheritance is great. It will not disappoint. My son is coming to you, and he will avenge your deep grief. He will come and bring healing to the nations. He will come and break the bow of his enemies. Do not lose heart at what you will soon bear witness to. Do not be easily shaken. Ride forth into glory, and many will follow after you. Soon, son, soon. 3/6 of 2022. Damascus has fallen, which is interesting. People keep waiting for what, Isaiah 14? Is that what it is? Isaiah 17 prophecy? For the destruction of Damascus, to give them an indicator that we're in the lateness of the hour. Here's what the Lord said. If you hadn't seen what was happening in Aleppo and Damascus at that time, he said, it's that prophecy's done. Quit looking for it. He says, Damascus has fallen. The fat of Jacob will now fade. The harvesters I have appointed will soon glean and beat, so little will be left remaining. But do not fear, they will hear my rebuke at last. The raging seas will be no more. I said, what, O Lord, would you have me to understand about this? He said, I'm about to move mightily over the face of the earth. The time of wondering and straining to see will be over. You will see with your own eyes all that I have spoken. I'm coming against your nation. Many others will fall too. Your cup of iniquity has reached its full. It has spilled onto the inhabitants of the earth. Many have drunk from this cup of unimaginable iniquity, and now they will drink from my cup of terror. The time is now. It's the Lord shouting. I will guard you in the shadow of my wings. You need not fear what is now coming to pass. As I have provided for you in the wilderness, so too I will be your provision amid great suffering. Tell the people, I am coming soon. Wash the sleep from your eyes so that you may see clearly. Soon you will look upon my glory. You will see and you will not die. Hold on to what you have, for my reward is with me. Do not fear what will be required of you. Do not hide your eyes from all that will soon come to pass. I, the Lord your God, have purchased you for a price, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not grow weary in doing good. Turn many back to righteousness. But to the one who fears, who seeks to preserve their own life, they are those who will see my back and not my face. Man. But the one who endures to the end will not be disappointed, for with their own eyes they will finally see my face. April 5th, 2023. Tell my people the time of plenty is nearing its end. My people must prepare themselves for great endurance. Tell them, I am coming soon. Blessed are those whose hearts are stayed upon me. I will be with them even until the end. Call the assembly and I will show up. So much more. So much more. I gave you the Cliff Notes. So much more. The central theme, if I were to read this in the fullness of the words given, is that God is at enmity with America in particular, and with American pastors and churches and Christians in peculiarity. The self-appointed prophets and the self-appointed pastors and the self-appointed manipulators of the word, he is at high enmity with his people. Every word. I didn't read the ones that were just against the shepherds and against this church. I just read the ones about war, because he said, it's here. Tell the people it's here. War. War is here. War is here. I am loosing the red horse soon. I don't know what soon is, everybody. Everybody understand that? I have no clue what the Lord's soon is, and I would never presume to know what his soon is. When he gave me these words, initially, I thought it was going to happen that month. And here we are 7 years later, and he's still saying, soon. It's right at the door. No more delay. With your own eyes. He told me, your youth will be taken from you in an instant. And he showed me the great weariness of sorrow that would beset me, where my youth would instantly be gone because of the sorrow and the terror that comes on this land. So I don't know. I'm 43. What's youth? How long do we have? What's considered youthful? I don't know. I thought it was coming when I was 33. I don't know. But he said, your youth will be taken from you in an instant. With your own eyes, you will see everything I have revealed to you in my word, through my servants, through the prophets, and everything that you have learned and ever heard about. You will see it all with your own eyes, and your youth will be taken from you in an instant. I don't know what soon is. I don't know. Pray about it. Take all this before the Lord in prayer. Test every spirit to see it's from the Lord. Test it. I don't know.
Thank you for watching Omega Dynamics. We are at war, and our true and better Commander-in-Chief, the Lord Almighty, has sounded the battle cry. Will you join us in the fight as redeemed sons and daughters in Jesus Christ? The hearts, minds, and souls of mankind depend on us. This is a call for the warrior class of Christians to arise. You can learn more about us at omegadynamics.org.
Thank you for watching and supporting the local churches and ministries that we broadcast here on WHBR. As always, we'd love for you to connect with them. Let them know you've enjoyed their program. You can call, email, or connect with them on Facebook, follow their page, comment. And if you'd like your church to be a part of WHBR, feel free to call us or email us or message us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you, because our mission is to help you fulfill your mission.